Tonight, one of the ACC's best rivalries takes to the diamond as the #2 ranked North Carolina Tar Heels travel across the Triangle to take on their arch rivals, the Duke Blue Devils, this evening. And we welcome you inside our broadcast booth here at Jack Coombs Field on the campus of Duke University. With Devin Travis, I'm Mike Farron. Always love it when Duke and UNC get together. This is maybe the best rivalry in all of college sports, regardless of sport.
I'm fired up, and I know you're fired up. A little 8-mile trip right across town of these two storied programs. Duke 1-9 their last 10, and UNC riding a high. But in rivalry games, you never know.
Well, North Carolina is coming off a series win over Georgia Tech, and a major reason why is their dynamic center fielder, Owen Hall.
He's special, and he's hitting third in this lineup. 30 walks, 28 strikeouts. I love me a guy that does that, and you see right there, last 12 games, 478 batting average, 17 RBIs, and 14 runs. He controls the strike zone. He's gap to gap. He's not a guy that goes up there and just lets it fly. He's super decisive in every single move he makes in the box. He's a big-time player, and he can really run, too. 12 stolen bases in 15 attempts.
Continuing this string of multi-talented center fielders that North Carolina has had. Aiden Weaver is going to get the start for Duke tonight. He's been their best starter, and he's their most experienced returning arm this year.
I think he's nasty, and I think he's a real ace. I think he has potent stuff. It's a fastball, 96, 97. He's an up-and-down guy. Off that high fastball, he'll drop in his slider. It's the changeup. It's his best pitch. Almost 60% swing and miss to both righties and lefties. Big-time stuff he's got to deliver today against a really tough lineup in UNC.
You get a look at the right-hander in Weaver, and he's going to be one of the more intriguing senior signs this year in the draft because of that stuff. The ERA a little higher from the last two outings, but we've seen him be on this year and be dominant.
Yeah, he ran into a couple tough starts, and really since ACC play, it's been a little bit of a grind. He was fantastic against Miami, though, 6 innings pitched. Ton of strikeouts. It's just control. Get strike one, go to your secondary pitches.
Jake Schaffner leads things off, and the first pitch of the ball game is high for ball one, and we are underway tonight, Carolina and Duke from Durham. Schaffner, the transfer from North Dakota State, has done an excellent job as the table setter in this UNC lineup as he takes a strike. And you get a look at the lineup for UNC, and right there in the middle, imagine that, someone transferring from Duke to Carolina, making Winslow the catcher.
Oh, the new era of college baseball right across town. It's his rival. He's having a great year.
Schaffner fouls it away, and the count 1-2.
I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing early on here. The fastball, it's up to 96. He'll run it up to 97 when he's really feeling good. He gets in these counts, it's strike to ball, something in the zone, let it fall out. It's a changeup. It's his best pitch.
The 1-2 on its way to Schaffner. He goes to the changeup, and Schaffner takes low, 2-2.
That's what this lineup does so well. They get to 2 strikes. They have an approach. They shorten up. They widen out. They do not chase a ton, so you got to attack.
It is an offense, I feel like, that has not received the accolades that it deserves, quite frankly, for North Carolina. Since the start of conference play this year for Scott Forbes' team, they are 3rd in the conference in runs per game. I mean, think about that. They're right behind Georgia Tech and Wake Forest, and yet people are still questioning whether or not North Carolina is deep enough offensively. And Schaffner draws a leadoff walk to start the first.
And there you see it right there. I mean, this is their offense. It's I get fall down 1-2. I take a tough pitch. I take a tough pitch. I lay off another one and walks. That's a big key in this series. North Carolina, they walk a lot, and oftentimes they make you pay.
That'll bring up Gavin Gallagher, maybe the biggest name in this North Carolina lineup, the junior second baseman. 2-time most outstanding player in the Chapel Hill Regional each of the last 2 years.
He's a player, and then it's in the big moments, in the bright lights. That's when he shows up in his biggest moments.
First pitch to Gallagher in the dirt, and the count 1-0. He is a guy that Scott Forbes told us before the game starting to get going a little bit, and they really could use him. I mean, that's what, only 10 runs knocked in for him in conference play.
That's just how good he is. He has 10 runs in conference play, and you think about this offense, how potent and elite it's been. Wait till they get this guy going in the 2-hole.
Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Schaffner. His 17th of the season. This was one of the stories last Friday with Weaver on the mound. Boston College took full advantage of the fact that Weaver does not is not particularly quick to the plate. They stole 8 bases in the second inning and 12 overall in their win over Duke on Friday.
Crazy, crazy. And you know, most stolen bases are stolen off the pitcher. You look for 135 or above. You even like 1-4 or more, and Weaver without question is above 1-4. You think 1-4 with the 2-0 throw to second. Normally that's a standard out. If Weaver's above that, I don't care who's behind the plate, you're stealing the bag.
Nice fall behind Gallagher, 3-0 here. Man in scoring position in the top of the first for North Carolina, and back-to-back walks for the Tar Heel offense. And it puts 2 aboard for the red-hot Owen Hull.
Yeah, and that's 7 straight balls right there after the 1-2 count to Schaffner to start this game, and that's the key. It's control. It's big-time stuff. I mean, you see the big-time fastball. You haven't gotten to see the changeup much tonight. The slider's pretty good. It's a tight little up-and-downer. You just got to get strike 1 against an offense that does not chase.
An early visit from the head coach, Corey Muscara, as Weaver really struggled in his last 2 starts. This after a strong outing against Louisville here, when Duke won that series from the Cardinals. But since then, they've dropped 9 of 10, and big adjustments in his side sessions. You can hear Corey Muscara, see him just kind of pleading with him and being on the attack and in the zone. Weaver's stuff is plenty good enough.
I think you nailed it, too. That's the message here. Hey, man, you got to believe in yourself. You're here for a reason. You're our ace. You throw 96. Trust your stuff, man. You got to force contact. You know, over his last 2 outings, his ERA went from 4.22 to 6.41 after those 13 earned runs. So it's a guy with great stuff. He's just in a little bit of a rut right now. He gets a lot of ground balls when he's down in the zone. Hey, trust your stuff, man. Get a ground ball.
2 on, nobody out, top of the first inning. North Carolina already threatening, and here's Owen Hull, the transfer from George Mason. He has been red hot of late, one of the top hitters in the ACC during conference play.
Exactly who you don't want up here if you're Duke.
Takes a fastball strike at 96. It's 0-1. Hull was in the top 5 in the nation in runs scored a year ago. Second team all A-10 selection at George Mason, and has really come on of late. And he's behind in the count 0-2. Well, this is a different Weaver since the mound visit. He's on the attack.
Yeah, mound visit well done. That's what you want to see. You got a big-time fastball. Hey, set up on the plate. Let's go middle. Just attack with your stuff.
Foul back.
There's the 97 right there.
And late on it, too. I mean, he was a fastball above the belt. I mean, it's got to be impossible to try and square anything up that's above the belt against Weaver.
Incredibly tough, and that's the approach that you do want to have. When you get to 2 strikes, you're okay being a tick late on that fastball. It protects you against the changeup.
0-2 again, swing and a miss. There is the changeup. That was nasty for out number 1.
Absolutely gross. This Aiden Weaver I wanted to see tonight. It's a nasty changeup, man. 0-2 count. Fouls off a fastball at the top of the zone at 97. No problem. That's nasty, man. Front door, catches that front corner out in front, and a big strikeout. Now you're 1 pitch away if you're Aiden Weaver for a double play.
Macon Winslow, the transfer from Duke, standing in, hitting cleanup tonight for North Carolina. The catcher, who is a very highly touted high school player, a perfect game All-American, took over the starting job last year for the Blue Devils on a team that was 1 win from Omaha. Both of these teams missed the College World Series by 1 game. They both hosted Super Regionals and each lost game 3 on their home field. A strike there, it's 1-1.
It's got to be nice having Macon Winslow. Coach Forbes has bragged all year long about the combo of Heineck and Winslow back behind the dish. It's the most important position on the field is your catcher.
Pickoff play to second, and even with Schaffner dancing off the bag, Colin Anderson, the second baseman, couldn't hold it. Boy, it looked like they had that timed up pretty well.
I love it. I love it. A great way to slow down base runners is pickoff plays. I'm sure it's something that they worked on throughout this week. Hey, doesn't matter if there's 2 outs. You get too big of a lead in scoring position, we're coming for you.
You would have been safe anyway, but it was a perfect throw from Weaver. Pitch misses outside, 2-1.
Macon Winslow hitting .308 on the season with runners in scoring position. He's made a lot of improvements throughout his career. Biggest things that stuck out this year, it's the swing decisions early on in the count. Way less aggressive, not chasing as much.
Way in front of the plate and knocked down by Strand as he almost had to jump up to block it. It's 3-1.
Yeah, he's taken a lot of heat because of the stolen bases, but let me tell you something, blocking behind the dish, he's been fantastic all year long. That's not an easy pitch to block right there.
We both know that a lot of those stolen bases are on the pitchers not necessarily being quick enough to the plate, too. So, I mean, it's catchers take an awful lot of abuse for things that aren't their fault.
Yes, they do.
3-1, fouled away. Count now full to Winslow with 1 out. North Carolina threatening in the top of the first in this scoreless game.
Runners will be off on the pitch right here. Excuse me, 3-2. Is it 1 out here?
It's 1 out, but I was
here.
going to ask you if you thought,
Yeah.
I mean, even with the runner at second, you know Schaffner's pretty good base stealer. Do they think about it? They're going. Swing and a miss, throw down to second, not in time, so the double steal pulled off by Carolina, but Winslow out on strikes. And Carolina now with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs.
Yeah, it's a great job right there by Aiden. You got to attack, baby. You got that big fastball. 3-2 count. Early on in the ball game, trust your stuff. Let's go middle. He does. Both runners advance for UNC. 2 men in scoring position now with 2 outs.
The freshman Tyler Howe getting to start at first base tonight. He's been an outfielder primarily. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Eric Paulson out of the lineup tonight for Carolina. He's under the weather, the transfer from Stony Brook, although he is available to pinch hit. So Howe getting the start at first. The Charlotte Observer High School Player of the Year in North Carolina a season ago bounces it foul in the count 0-2.
Great response here from Aiden. Now he's ahead 0-2. Chance for some early momentum for this Duke club. It's these small moments like this in the game cannot allow North Carolina to score first. They've been great all year.
1 pitch away from getting out of a first and second, nobody out jam. The 0-2 upstairs with the heat at 99. It's 1-2.
He must have heard me say tops at 97. He said, I got something for you. Change the eye level, baby. Sets up the change up here.
Weaver set. The 1-2. Just missed in the count 2-2.
That's a good shot there. Went for the back foot slider. You can see he's starting to get feel of his breaking ball now. It's a good miss with 2 strikes.
2-2 the count. Pitch number 25 in the inning upcoming. The delivery. Bouncer to third. Quagliano has it. The sure-handed third baseman throws to first in time. And Weaver gets out of the first and second. Nobody out jam. We head to the bottom of the first. UNC nothing. Duke coming to bat. Ready for a game. Baseball laces on her dress. She's eating a pretzel. That's perfect. You don't have enough things with baseball laces on your clothing, Devin.
No, I love it. I love it. I do need to find some more. Let's go, baby. Baseball in North Carolina is a rivalry game.
The calm, steady Jason DeCaro, the Friday starter for the last 3 years for Carolina, gets the ball tonight. You see the overall numbers. He is always composed.
He's absolutely nasty, and it's crazy to think that a guy that's 20 years old in college, now in his 3rd year pitching on the weekend in the ACC, he's experienced, and it's great feel for all of his pitches. It's just a slow heartbeat. It's 4 pitches, fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. It's trusting them all, and he's just steady Eddie, man. He comes right at you.
3 years as a starter in this North Carolina lineup, and as Devin said, he just turned 20. You get a look at the Duke lineup, and R.J. Hamilton has been on a tear. The transfer from Vanderbilt plays outstanding defense, and he is a menace on the bases.
Yeah, he sure is. Hit safely in 16 of his last 17 games. Reached base safely in all 17. You see those last 10 games, 351 batting average. It's the spark plug for this team. They can really run. And it starts right here at the top with Mr. Jake.
And that's the power there in Caden Smith. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. This is a transfer-heavy lineup for Duke. When Corey Muscara took over this program during Omaha, he only had about 9 days to build a roster, and most of the Duke players that had a chance to return transferred to Virginia with their former coach Chris Pollard and his staff. First pitch to Jake Lambden popped up. Left side, it's the shortstop Schaffner who'll make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the first inning. Well, the story with Duke this year is that they surprised a lot of people over the first part of the season as Hamilton goes to the plate. After winning the first 2 games against Louisville, they went to 8-8 in league play, and you started to dream maybe this Duke team this self-proclaimed island of misfit toys, had a chance to make the postseason. Since then, things have not gone as well.
Yeah, it's been tough, and the bats have gone a little bit cold, and it's always bad when your bats go cold and the pitching starts to run into big trouble with it as well, and that's exactly what's happened with this Duke clubs.
1-1 the count to Hamilton. Here's what's happened over the last 10 games as Duke has lost 9 of their last 10. They are now just a game over 500 overall. And the offense has really struggled. The pitching has given up a ton of runs, including 13 to Liberty in a game where they had a 3-run lead in the 8th inning on Tuesday night. You can see they were outscored 9-2 in the last 3 innings of that game.
But the positive is they're back home. They're 18-8 here at home at Jack Coombs. Long road trip. You know, teams, they run through their ruts, and it's my opinion that the middle of the season is the best time to do it. You almost can look at it as, hey guys, we went through our storm right now. How can we get through this? And once we do, can it springboard us forward?
Here comes the 3-1 to Hamilton. Fouled away, and the count is full.
DeCaro walk's been up a little bit as of recent. 10 of his 25 walks on the season have come in his last 3 games. 7 of his 9 doubles that he's given up have come in the last 3 games. It's important here in these situations, early on in the ball game, 3-2 count, just attack.
We had him in a game against Louisville where he walked half a dozen, and he managed to work his way out of trouble. That was a career high in walks. But DeCaro has been always very consistent in his demeanor on the mound.
And still found a way to get through 6 innings, just 1 run given up. That's what aces do. When they don't have their best stuff, they find a way to get it done.
3-2. Hamilton dumps that one down the right field line. It's a base hit. He can really fly. He takes a big turn at first and hangs on. First hit of the ball game for either team comes with 1 out in the bottom of the first for Duke.
Yeah. I love it. I'm a big fan of this player right here, man. 3-2 count. You got a guy on the mound with really good stuff, man. This is your chance. He's coming with the fastball. You know it. Fastball away. Short swing. I'll take my knock. Choked up and with 1 out. Yep. I like the big turn here, but you got to be sure of it. I like the decision here. Duke, get ready for some base running.
23 of 25 in stolen base attempts this year is Hamilton as he gets the lead. The powerful Caden Smith at the plate. Smith has been the best slugger. Hamilton runs. The pitch is a ball. The throw to second. In time to get him. Macon Winslow guns him down on the first opportunity. 2 outs.
Macon Winslow, this North Carolina club, man, I tell you, that's the 9th caught stealing of the year. Just 22 attempts. Fastball up, it's the best pitch to throw on. I thought RJ got a great jump, but look at that throw right there. I love that right now. That's what they're teaching in professional baseball right now. Throw the ball 4, 5, 6 feet up the line, cuts the distance down of the throw, left foot to the ball and a quick tag.
Smith can't hold up, and the count 1-1. Smith transfer from Charleston Southern. OPS has slipped under 1,000 here in the last week. He takes upstairs, the count 2-1. He transferred in at the semester from Charleston Southern. Duke needing some more depth in case there were injuries, and they have had a bunch of them, including to Smith.
He can really hit. He's dominated the fastball this year. I love the right center field approach. You see DeCaro drop in that front door breaking ball. He looks like he has a pretty good feel for all his pitches so far tonight.
2-2 the count. The delivery, foul back. Challenged him with a fastball, and Smith was late on it.
That's something DeCaro can do, and that's what the best pitchers in the game can do. Fastball in the inner half of the plate, 2 strikes. Try to speed him up a bit. Sets up the breaking ball away.
DeCaro ready, and the 2-2 on its way. Checks and takes low to Smith, and the count is full.
What a great take right there. Fastball in, doesn't speed up because he didn't. Lays off that pitch. Another 3-2 count back-to-back for DeCaro.
Here comes the payoff. Tried to check his swing. He gets called out on strikes. Brian Miller, our home plate umpire, calling him out, and the inning is over.
DeCaro, he's looking sharp early on in this ball game, just like aces are supposed to do. A little tight slider, bites off the plate, but gets the check swing. To the second we go.
First two hitters did not go smoothly for Aiden Weaver. Back-to-back walks to start the game, and then his head coach Corey Muscara came out and changed the station. Different guy after that.
Yeah, mound visit, well done right there, and a great response by Weaver. He's got great stuff. Trust it. Stay in the strike zone. 99 mile-per-hour fastball tonight, so you know he's fired up. When he's in the zone, he's very, very, very tough to hit against.
Yeah, I remember when Corey Muscara was the pitching coach at Wake Forest, as Cooper Nicholson hits the first one to short, and Jake Lambden will throw him out for out number one. I remember talking to his then director of the pitching lab, Mike McFerrin, who's now the assistant pitching coach with the Kansas City Royals, and no relation. But Mike said that he was the best in the country at getting guys to refocus after a mound visit. And the way Corey Muscara describes it is, he's like, imagine, like, what's a song that you like? What's a song that you like listening to on the radio? Or like a type of music you like listening to on the radio, Devin?
Luke Combs, baby.
Okay, so you're listening to Luke Combs, right? What's your favorite Luke Combs song?
Man, I got too many of them. Where am I? I don't even know where to start right now.
So anyway, you're listening to Luke Combs on the radio.
blank.
Okay, so you're listening to on the radio, and you're driving down. Before there was satellite radio, we used to listen to things on AM and FM, and you're starting to get into an area where the static gets going. And you've been grooving along, right? And all of a sudden things get a little staticky as Hynek's down on strikes for out number 2. And so what do? You try and adjust the dial a little bit to get it to tune back in so you can get back in the groove, right? And that's the way Corey Muscara looks at mound visits. His job is to get you to tune the radio back to where you need it to be.
So good, so good. And yeah, that's a great way to look at it. And Moose's perspective on really baseball and life and how he deals with his pitchers, we got to talk to him for a while today, it was super intriguing. I like that. You know, you're out on the mound. It's Friday night. You're against your rival. You're super, super amped up. Hey, man, slow the game down. Let's get back in the strike zone. So I'd imagine that mound visit was, hey, let's turn it down a little bit. You got plenty enough of good stuff. You don't need to amp back and rear back for more. Just trust it.
That hit by pitch, and Nunez snaps a string of 5 in a row set down by Weaver. And it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Carter French, as the freshman Nunez reaches.
That's a right-on-right changeup right there, and the right-on-right changeup that's in. It's the toughest pitch to get to for right-handed hitters. Just got away from him.
Did you really blank on Luke Combs' song? I mean,
just flat out blanked. Come on, Mike. You know I'm locked into baseball, baby.
The pressure got what we needed was Corey Muscara to come and give you a mound visit in the middle of that talk.
I needed it, man. You know, I can only focus on one thing at a time. My greatest trait is that I'm super locked in on whatever I'm doing at that current moment. You know, Mikey?
I know, buddy.
Get it together, Devin.
Senior Carter French batting, and the count 1-0, the product of Tampa Jesuit. He's been a key role player for 4 years at UNC, including taking over the left field job at the end of last season. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0.
Really, really, really good player, and the numbers. There's some players that you can just look at and you can shut the scoreboard off. You don't even want to see the numbers. I like this guy in the lineup every day. He's a winner. Plays for the name on the front of his jersey. Come up with a lot of big hits throughout his career.
Down low, the count 3-0 now to the number 9 hitter, French.
2 quick outs. Hit by pitch, now behind 3-0. Deep breath here. Strike zone, middle.
3-0 the count. The pitch, and fires a fastball in at 95. It's 3-1.
There you go, all the way back. Fastball, middle. If you're Carter French, you're hunting that heater. Out over the plate, short swing.
A big pitch here to the number 9 hitter, French. On the ground to short, backhanded by Lambden. Long throw across in time to get him, and the inning is over. Carolina leaves another. They've stranded 3 through 1.5. No score.
It's time to play tonight's Blue Cup. I cannot help my fixation.
The real fun. Just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Omaha coming soon, and we've got more Tar Heel baseball on the ACC Network next week. Tuesday at 7 p.m. 9th-ranked Coastal Carolina comes to town to visit Chapel Hill for a top 10 showdown in a non-conference affair. As Matthew Strand takes the first pitch here to start the second. Coastal, the national runner-up a season ago, trying to get back to Omaha. I had a chance to go down there on Saturday night, my first time ever at Conway. That place is
Does it rock?
Awesome.
I've always wanted to go.
Dude, it's 6,000. All the seats are teal, right? They're Teal Nation. They call the place the Palace. And it's got a boardwalk that goes all the way out behind the batter's eye in center field, the teal batter's eye. It is, like, there are minor league parks that wish they were as nice as that place. It is incredible.
Yeah, I got to get there. I've always been intrigued by that program, one of the smaller programs really that have the most success in college baseball, and that pitching staff starting to get healthy. I'm excited to see the run they can continue to get on.
In the dirt, the count 3-1 to Matthew Strand, the transfer catcher from Samford, who was supposed to be the third catcher this season for Duke, but because of injuries, has moved into the cleanup spot, and he's homered in his last 3 games.
10 homers on the year, 9 in the ACC.
And he takes a strike, and the count goes full.
Well-located fastball right there. If you're a hitter, let him have it. It's not something you're looking for. Third 3-ball count of the night for DeCaro.
Breaking ball misses inside. It's a leadoff walk to the cleanup man of the Duke lineup.
That's a great take right there. Gets the call on the fastball down and away, but you can't get both sides. Yeah, a little front door breaking ball. Never got back to the front of the plate. Nice at bat by Matt.
Now batting the second
Leadoff man on for the freshman
32,
Colin Anderson. Here's what Jason DeCaro's done in his last 2 starts. You saw the struggle at Clemson. He had been ill for a couple of weeks. Really struggled at Boston College before that. Last week against Georgia Tech was outstanding. 5 innings of 1-run ball on his 20th birthday, nonetheless. But there had been some talk in that Clemson series that they might make a switch on Fridays because DeCaro was not getting deep in the game. We talked to Scott Forbes a little bit about that before the game. There's just a lot of trust, it feels like, in this junior right-hander.
Yeah. I mean, he's been so fantastic throughout his entire career, and he's a guy that they trust. He slept on it and said, hey, I don't feel like I can have anyone out there on a Friday night.
1-1 the count to Anderson.
It was the fastball command last week, though, against Georgia Tech. He just did a great job dotting up that fastball. Everything played off the fastball away, the cutter, the changeup. The big curveball was sharp last week. And just like great aces do, they respond in big moments.
That was the first weekend that Georgia Tech has lost all season. And Carolina has been on a heck of a run. We'll talk about that more a little bit later on in terms of what they've been doing of late. But DeCaro really set the tone. Ryan Lynch was good for 4 2/3 innings the next day against Georgia Tech. But their pitching has, I mean, listen, it's got a great reputation, right? They've been outstanding all season. In conference play, they're 3rd in ERA behind Georgia Tech and BC. And a nice 4-3 double play turned by Gallagher for the first 2 outs of the inning.
It's a nifty little play right there. Got in on his hands a little bit, but Gallagher, under control, makes the transition this year from 3rd to 2nd base. Played a lot of shortstop in the fall. Just nice, smooth, under control, and a nice pickup over at first base, replacing the Gold Glover and Paulson by Hal.
Gallagher shifting to 2nd. I was curious how that was going to go because he played 3rd the last 2 years. Pat James from D1Baseball.com today said he leads the nation in defensive runs saved among second basemen.
Man.
I mean, that really got my attention with the shift from him, because that doesn't always work. I mean, those are very different positions of what the requirements are.
Yeah, that's not an easy transition by any means. I mean, outside of the short throw to first base, the first thing I think about when you make a transition to second base is the double plays. And this North Carolina club, they've been fantastic all year long. The second baseman's involved in almost every single double play. And they have 40 on the year, which is top 5 nationally. So he's done a great job.
Bobby Marsh, the transfer from Miami, takes high in the count 1-1. Marsh, well-traveled, started his college career at Florida Atlantic, then went to Penn State, where he was a 3rd-team All-Big Ten selection before playing for the Hurricanes last year. The grad transfer waits, and he's behind in the count 1-2.
He can really swing it. Came up with a lot of big hits last year for Miami.
One and two the count. The pitch. Popped up. Shallow left. Scheffner, the shortstop out, will make the catch, and the inning is over. The slick double play from Gallagher helps DeCaro pitch around a leadoff walk. We're scoreless going to the third. Absolutely perfect night here in Durham for baseball. Scoreless as we head to the top of the third. These two arch rivals, North Carolina and Duke. You can see this great old ballpark that is Jack Coombs Field that has that classic kind of 1930s feel to it. It reminds me of Doubleday Park in Cooperstown, New York. That's what I always feel like with this grandstand.
That's a great call. It's an intimate environment. I love the all-turf field. Obviously a beautiful background on the home of one of the nicest campuses in the entire country.
There really is not another campus that looks like
Man,
Duke's. It's really cool.
Beautiful.
Jake Schaffner, the leadoff man, swings and fouls the first pitch away from Aiden Weaver, the count 0-1. Schaffner led off the game with a walk. Carolina has had 3 base runners, but they have stranded them all so far. Here's the set and the 0-1. And the count 0-2. There's that changeup from Weaver, which has been a pitch that he has really leaned on this year and was not one that he really used. There was a lot of talk about this in the fall, Devin, about that changeup as that one fouled away, because when he got on the mound for the first time in front of the new coaching staff, they asked him about a changeup and he's like, yeah, it's not very good. It just doesn't, I can't throw it for strikes. And what they saw when they asked him to throw a couple was, one, that he couldn't throw it for strikes as Schaffner fouls it away, but two, that metrically it was actually a really good pitch. And part of what the coaching staff said they did was they moved Weaver on the rubber, and all of a sudden that changeup started in the zone, and you add it to the 97-mile-an-hour fastball with good carry, and it's a really effective 1-2 punch. Schaffner staying back on that line. It's a single into center field to lead off the third for UNC.
That was a good-looking pitch right there, too, and a beautiful piece of hitting by Schaffner. But you mentioned moving on the rubber. He moved to the first base side. Yeah, that's just beautiful right there. That's 3 in a row. And good hitters, they start to look for him. But you mentioned moving on the rubber, and he moved to the first base side of the rubber, and the changeup from a right-hander moves a ton from left to right, so it falls toward that third base dugout. And I think moving toward that first base dugout makes sense because it gives his changeup more time to be on the plate.
Gavin Gallagher bats, throw over to first, and Schaffner back. See Schaffner's numbers stealing bases. He will likely be going here. Weaver has a very high leg raise, so it is difficult for him to keep base runners close. And he's going to pick again because of it.
And that's what you have to do. You have to pick a ton, probably too much. You change your tempo in which you go home. Maybe it's some long holds and deliver. Maybe it's long holds and pick. Maybe sometimes you come set right away and fire, but you got to change the cadence in which you're working.
Runner goes, pitch is a ball, the throw is high, and it's another stolen base for Schaffner, his second of the night.
And there you go again, just a great jump. And you know these UNC base stealers, there's no steal sign being put on. These guys have green lights. Anytime you get a good jump and you trust it, go ahead and test them, and he does. Gets another good one. Another runner in scoring position for North Carolina.
A strike on the outside corner with a slider in the count 1-1.
That's a good response right there. 1-0 count. Can't just keep firing fastballs in 1-0 counts. Drops in a nice slider.
Here's the set. And the 1-1 instead of toss to second. Weaver has really worked in the last week to try and improve the command too. And that's trying to make a little bit of a mechanical adjustment to get his extension back, because part of what makes him so tough to hit when he's on is that he releases the ball so close to home plate. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count.
And that extension, when you release a fastball, you know there's all these metrics and analytics behind the game of baseball today. But that 94, when you're really getting your max extension, that means that ball is being released at you at home plate, closer to home plate, so that 94 can play up like 96, 97.
Slap foul by Gallagher. Boy, I can't believe that he was able to cover that pitch, but he got a piece of it.
He's special, man. He's a handsy hitter. A little bit of a throwback.
Good baseball pedigree. His dad, former assistant at Wake Forest.
Head coach now over at Pro 5, one of the better baseball academies in the country.
He and Macon Winslow played together there. The 1-2. Checks and takes high and count 2-2.
Love that shot right there. You foul off a fastball up at the top of the zone, way above it. So what do? Go back to it. See if you can get him to chase again.
Schaffner at second with nobody out. North Carolina trying to draw first blood here in this rivalry matchup. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the slider. His fourth punch out of the game and out number one in the third.
Absolutely nasty and a great job of tunneling, something Moose is big on. That fastball, slider comes out of the hand and it's set up by the fastball. Comes up, it's up. He thinks it's a fastball. Good breaking action down below the zone. And another strikeout.
Here's Owen Hall. Hall struck out victim his first time. Schaffner runs. He steals third. He's already got 4 stolen bases in this game. And not much of a chance for Weaver to hold him there.
Yeah, big rule at second base. Your feet have to be moving. No one near him. Coach tells him you got plenty of room, gets a great jump and takes the bag. And now, guy on third base. Now you think about the breaking ball down below the zone. If you bounce it, opportunity to get away from the catcher. So that's big in games like this.
The 1-0. Fastball strike, and the count 1-1. Let me ask you about that, because you coach a lot of youth. With Weaver and his difficulty holding runners, how much attention do you actually want him to pay to them versus the hitters?
It's so tough, right? And you mentioned him working on a mechanical adjustment. You think about that combined with guys that run a ton.
Bouncer back through the middle. It'll get a run home as Hall's two-hopper finds center field, and North Carolina leads 1-0 in the third. The extra 90 feet may have helped on that because the infield was positioned straight up for Hall, and it allowed North Carolina to get the lead.
Correct, and a great job of hitting right there. He gets a fastball, middle. Doesn't try to do too much. When you think about this fastball from Weaver, if you try to elevate the baseball, you're going to run into big trouble. It's at the top of the zone, barrel flips, no chance. But short downhill swing gets rewarded with a single and an RBI.
Runner goes, pitches a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. Another stolen base. Again, the last start for Weaver, Boston College stole 8 bases in the second inning and 12 overall in the game.
Yeah, and that's 6 already tonight. Once again, a good jump and a good pitch to run on there. An off-speed pitch, just barely gets in.
Foul back by Winslow. Had a good pitch to hit.
Good response once again by Weaver. Now you're up 0-2. Now you can go anywhere. You're going for the strikeout. 3 straight pitches with first base open.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss as the ball popped out of Strand's glove for out number 2. 5 strikeouts for Weaver, so he's had plenty of ugly swings from UNC hitters, but he trails 1-0.
I'm telling you, man, he spins that fastball very well, and you mentioned the extension. Looks like it's back. The fastball up, it's the best-looking pitch out of the hands of a pitcher. If you're a hitter and you see it up there and it's 95, 96, you don't have much of a chance.
2 outs for the freshman Howe, who bounced to third in the first inning and takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. 1-0 North Carolina, and threatening for more here in the third. That one misses to the count 2-0. Trying to go to the breaking ball there.
And you see in the background right there, the shortstop. He's bouncing in. Out at second base is Hall. That's important, and they keep stealing third base, so I'm going to stay in your hip pocket even with 2 outs.
A strike on a breaking ball, and the count 2-1. It's not a whole lot of pitches that Weaver goes to. It's fastball, changeup, slider. He's not going to go into add a cutter or a two-seamer or a sweeper. It's a 3-pitch mix, but it's pretty effective. Foul back as he was late on that fastball, 2-2.
And I tell you what, you think about the next step for Weaver, and he's a senior, and you know, I think there's a lot of exciting things that you like about Weaver. I think about at the back end of a bullpen, go ahead and let it rip. You only got an inning or two. He's only got 3 pitches. Most starters, they have 4 in today's game. He's an intriguing guy.
He reminds me a little bit of a former teammate of yours and Luke Weaver.
Ah, good call.
2-2. Runner goes, fouled away.
A real good call. Luke Weaver, man, what a career he's having.
But it's that same high carry fastball
Yep.
with the changeup. Now he spins a breaking ball a little better than Luke Weaver does, but he's going to be an intriguing senior that gets signed in the draft.
I think, without question, he's an exciting guy. I'd have his name circled.
Pickoff play to second, and diving back safely is Hull.
Oh, how about that right there? A little glove play.
Catcher drops the glove, you throw behind him.
Yeah, they're paying attention to these base runners, and I like it a lot. Here are 2 strikes, though, 2 outs. I'm attacking the hitter.
Hull dancing off second, another pickoff play, and he's just back in. Hull with his bag tonight has 13 on the year. He stole 42 bases a season ago at George Mason.
He could really run. He's a savvy base runner.
He's a much bigger kid than
He
you
is.
realized either. This is like the 3rd time I've seen him, but I didn't realize how big he was. That one in the air to shallow right. Going out the second baseman, Anderson. In comes Hamilton, and the right fielder will make the catch, and the inning is over. Weaver limits the damage to a single run. We'll talk to his head coach, Corey Muscara, coming up with North Carolina leading Duke 1-0. The Duke Blue Devils as we play the bottom of the 3rd here at Jack Coombs Field, the first of this 3-game series. So the series will be on ACC Network Extra on the ESPN app. Plenty of Carolina fans have made the trip over here, although there is a fair amount of Duke Blue here tonight. It's a home game.
Not a far trip.
No. Well, there was an accident that caused traffic to back up, it sounds like, for a little while this afternoon. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. Here's the first pitch to Michael DiMartini. Bounce foul, third base side. It's 0-1. DiMartini, number 7 hitter, center fielder, transfer from Dayton.
Big time juice. 114 mile per hour home run this year.
Takes a strike in the count 0-2. He got off to a really slow start and then got hotter in blazes for about 10 days leading into the Louisville series. Yeah, the count 1-2. There was a real feeling in the fall that he was going to be one of the stars of this Duke lineup, but it was a slow start to the year.
Yeah, swing and miss, just been a bit high. Chasing.
He chases and hits a soft liner to short, backhanded by Schaffner for out number 1.
Yeah, DeCaro looks sharp tonight as well. The fastball command, it's great. Glove side to these right-handed hitters. He's changing sides of the plate when he gets ahead. The breaking ball is in the zone, down below the zone. Not too many mistakes made tonight by DeCaro.
Tyler Albright bats. He is the one holdover from last year's Duke team that's in the lineup, the left fielder. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Albright was a key member of the Duke team that went to Super Regionals his freshman year. Struggled as a sophomore, lost playing time, was again really good last season. And he's been in the lineup despite the fact that his average is under 250 at this point.
457 on base percentage sure helps a ton. 40 walks on the season. That's good for 3rd in the country. Really disciplined approach.
Foul back in the count 1-2.
DeCaro's locked in. Little 2-seam action on that fastball in underneath the hands. Speed the hitter up. Anytime he's been able to locate that fastball in on the hands to the righties, it's been the breaking ball away that he's gone to after.
Albright takes, and the count 2-2. A slower curveball that time from DeCaro.
Yeah, we haven't seen many curveballs tonight, but that's the pitch he gets the most swing and miss on. The slider, it's his go-to pitch. As this year's progressing, he's starting to go to that curveball, even to righties, a little bit more.
2-2. Called strike 3. Second strikeout for DeCaro, both of them looking, 2 outs in the third.
Yeah, nasty, nasty, nasty. Just froze him up right there. Located every pitch really, really well throughout that at-bat. That's just dotted away and making Winslow behind the plate. Nice job getting his glove outside the ball. One motion brings it back to the plate.
2 outs to the number 9 hitter, Colton Quagliano, the third baseman, the transfer from the University of Illinois. He was a 2-year starter for the Illini from Kewanee, Illinois. Not only was he a great baseball player in high school, but he was a 2-time All-State football player and a 4-time All-State basketball player. To the middle, tough play for Gallagher, spikes the throw and takes advantage of the turf to retire Quagliano at a 1-2-3 third for DeCaro.
Gallagher showing off that range that time. A little chopper up the middle. I love to see this from infielders. If you watch Major League Baseball, a lot of this is what they do. Up the middle, fading away, just bounce it over. Well done.
Baseball.com did their latest Field of 64 projections. You see the 8 teams that are currently projected to make the field in the ACC. Scott Forbes' team, one of the top 4 national seeds by projection, which would mean that they would host all the way through super regionals. There are a handful of teams that still have a chance outside of that top 8, but they're going to need a lot of help to do it. I'll give you 3 of them, Devin. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
Cooper Nicholson takes a strike. So Clemson, who is in pretty good RPI shape despite the fact that they're 6-12 in league. Louisville, whose RPI is not good, but certainly has one of the top offenses in the country. By the way, those 2 teams meet this weekend in what is a very important series.
Oh, yeah.
In Louisville. And the other one is Virginia Tech, who has a little bit of a weaker schedule, relatively speaking, down the stretch, and whose metrics are pretty good. So can I tickle your fancy at all with any of those teams as a potential at-large?
Man, I just feel like Clemson, it's always just a matter of time. I feel like we've been saying that since the beginning of ACC play. They've been the biggest puzzle for everybody to figure out in college baseball this year. I like the Virginia Tech call a ton, though. I think their schedule is super favorable down the stretch. They're starting to get healthy. I think that team with Coach Sheff, they always play incredibly tough. That low RPI with Louisville, I think that's going to be pretty tough to overcome.
Nicholson down the left field line, and it's going to fall in front of Albright for a base hit. Big turn at first, and he lost his footing. Throw behind him and hits him in the back. Gets away, but Nicholson will stay at first. Well, he blew a tire about 20 feet around first, and then for his effort got hit right in the small of the back.
Oh, man, first and foremost, that's a beautiful piece of hitting right there. One of the few mistakes with the breaking ball that Weaver's made tonight, and with no outs, you have to know you can make it to second. He takes a big turn, slips a little bit, but does a nice job popping right back up, just gets back in safely. You see the errant throw trickle over to the dugout. North Carolina got their leadoff man on.
And now the question is, will Nicholson be running? He has not attempted a stolen base this year. Not going as Colin Hynek takes ball 1.
Tell you what, Weaver was quicker to home right there.
So the Tar Heels with 6 stolen bases already tonight. 4 of those from their leadoff man, Schaffner. Hynek fouls into the plate. The count 1-1.
And not too big of a lead over at first base either.
Hynek 5 homers this year. He split catching and DH duties with Macon Winslow. Transfer from Georgia State, where he is in the top 10 all-time in home runs for the Panthers. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2.
He's got big-time juice, 40 RBIs on the year. Everyday guy. It's really nice to be able to put your catcher in at DH and trust him both in the lineup.
Runner bluffs going, pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
And not too big of a lead over at first base. Weaver, he's quicker to home this inning.
It's a pretty modest lead for Nicholson at first. And the pitch foul back.
And if I wonder if he maybe he's going to move to a little bit of hops. You get a short lead early, kind of lull the pitcher to sleep. He gets into a rhythm. You take a little hop, see if you can get your feet moving and some momentum into the steal to second.
That's the old vault lead that Mike Roberts, the former head coach at UNC, teaches. Swing and a miss. Colin Hynek down on strikes. And it's strikeout number 6 for Weaver.
And that's on the changeup, right on right changeup, man. This pitch gives hitters nightmares. See his action to it. Comes out just like a fastball. Stops midair, has a ton of fade and sinking action. Another strikeout for Weave.
One out for the freshman, Jaden Nunez, hit by a pitch his first trip. Getting the start in left field today with Eric Paulson, their first baseman under the weather. It moved Howe to first. The first pitch misses outside. This is a really interesting freshman. He was the Dade County Player of the Year last year in high school.
Talented, very talented young player. Gets the start tonight with Paulson out.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. We talked about this last time I had North Carolina, but his godfather is Rafael Furcal.
That was one of my favorites. Yeah. Threw about 110 miles per hour across the diamond. Switch hitter.
The 1-1. Fouled away. And count 1-2.
And Weaver's starting to settle in, man. He looks great. He's attacking. He's landing all his pitches. 1-2 count here. You saw the changeup last at bat. It means he has great feel for it. It's a great pitch to go to right here.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. 2 outs. The ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship semifinals are tomorrow, and the All-ACC team will be in Charlotte to get you set for the games. A 30-minute pregame show at 4:30 Eastern with all of the games to follow. 2 outs, man at first. 7 strikeouts for Aiden Weaver tonight as he faces the number 9 hitter, Carter French. And misses high with a change.
Career high 11 strikeouts against Miami early on in the year. He's got it all going right now. Breaking ball, it's a bit up in the zone. It's working more like a cutter tonight. Changeup, you can see he has great feel for it. And the fastball, it's humming out his hand.
That one misses. He missed a spot there in the count. 2-0 to French. This is a key hitter here in a 1-0 game. The last thing you want to do is put a couple men on for the top of the order. Schaffner has had good at bats so far. Misses high with the fastball. It's 3-0.
Hey, you're exactly right. 9-hole, but this is Carter French's job. Your goal, 9-hole hitter. Find a way to flip the lineup. For Aiden Weaver here. You're screaming, come all the way back. Middle.
3-0 is a strike, and the count 3-1.
On a 3-1 count, you got a small box. You're hunting your favorite zone. If not, force them back into the strike zone. You have action in a 3-2 count.
Fires a fastball in, and the count is full. Boy, that was a pretty good pitch to hit for French, and he was taking all the way.
Yeah, I think that's just French playing his game. 3-1 count. Looks like he's losing feel. Got the leadoff guy on deck. I'll go ahead and take, knowing he's going to come back with the same exact pitch.
Nicholson on the move. The 3-2 fouled back. Just got a piece of that changeup.
That's big time right there by Weaver. 3-2 count, going to a breaking ball. Little changeup. Schaffner on deck and a nice swing. Found that ball off by Carter French, but that shows confidence and that shows the growth and development in Aiden Weaver. 3-2 count. A little bit all over the place. You got the leadoff guy on deck. You have the ability to trust an off-speed pitch, and he does and lands it.
Like he knocked transmitter off of the back of Strand, the catcher. And Now he's been geared up again. Runner goes, the 3-2, high ball 4. Now all of a sudden a difficult 2-out spot for Weaver. His 3rd walk of the game, first since the 1st inning.
And a great at-bat right there by Carter French, turning over the lineup. The top for Schaff.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Jake Schaffner.
Schaffner has walked and singled, stolen 4 bases, and scored the only run of the game. This might be the key moment of the game so far here at the top of the 4th with 2 outs. First pitch to Schaffner. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front on the change. It's 0-1.
It's so great right there. You know, in an 0 count, Schaffner's looking to be aggressive after a walk. Weaver lands a well-located changeup.
The pitch. Fires that fastball in there. It's 0-2.
Absolutely nasty. Slow him down, speed him up. Now you can go anywhere you want.
Schaffner singled on a changeup his last trip. Does he go back to his bread and butter with 2 on and 2 outs? The pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 blown by him. And Weaver gets out of the jam in the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Duke trailing 1-0. We'll visit with North Carolina head coach Scott Forbes next. Nothing Carolina. We're joined now by North Carolina head coach Scott Forbes. Boy, Jason DeCaro's been on the attack tonight. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's been getting ahead in the count. We want to keep doing that. Got good stuff. I can't believe he's already a junior. I feel like he just gave up his senior year in high school, and he turned the ripe old age of 20 last Friday against Georgia Tech. But it's fun to watch him pitch. You know you're always going to get competitiveness.
Coach, on Hall, he just continues to deliver and deliver. What was it about him that you really loved when you guys went to go get him?
It's just his athleticism and his upside. We actually played George Mason last year in a midweek game. Coach Jackson and I just happened to be sitting out, early watching BP, and he stepped in the box, and we kind of looked at each other and like, who the heck is that guy? And then all of a sudden he goes on the portal, and thankfully he had a great visit. A great family. We were lucky he chose us.
Yeah, Hull, Kepley, Honeycutt. I saw Bryn Renner was around last week at a former center fielder. Like, well, you guys have had a few good ones here, haven't you?
Man, you're giving Bryn too much credit. Tell Bryn he can't play no center field. But Justice Thompson, who was my first year in COVID, a JUCO kid, he was he was 6'6". Center fielder, so we've been really, really lucky to have some great ones at UNC, that's for sure.
Scott, we'll let you go. Appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Scott Forbes, the head coach at North Carolina, just got a contract extension a couple of weeks ago. Did you know, Devin, I just uncovered this one today, that North Carolina has had 4 coaches total over the last 80 seasons?
Wow. I did not know that.
Like 4 coaches total in an 80-year span.
Well, that tells you a lot about this program.
Consistently an Omaha contender. They are again this year. Cal 1-1.
Legendary Mike Fox. That's who was there when I was in college. Man.
Scott Forbes, a longtime assistant for him. So Mike Roberts, who we referenced earlier, you probably know his son better, Brian Roberts, who was a star at North Carolina. But that was amazing to me. 4 coaches in 80 seasons.
Incredible.
And Scott Forbes is only in his early 50s, and he's going to be at Carolina for a while.
For a long time. Forbes, he coached a little bit of everything, too. He's the pitching coach. I think he worked with hitters, infielders.
Well, he was a pretty good outfielder in college at North Carolina Wesleyan. That's an excuse me swing, and Hamilton retired for out number 2. But that was a really good job by how the freshman picked up that play and while it was in fair territory.
That's absolutely fantastic right there. A little excuse me swing, and he sees it right away. Great first step. I got to get this ball fair. He does. Yeah, man, that's heads up. That's a great job. This North Carolina club, and we talk about the pitching a ton, and we talk about the opportunistic hitting and the Holes of the world and the Schaffners. But this defense, it's the best defense in the ACC.
I think it is. I mean, from defensive efficiency, they certainly are. They turn the highest percentage of balls in play into outs. And this is, with Howe at first, he is also a substitute. Eric Paulson is their regular first baseman, who was the Defensive Player of the Year in the CAA last year at Stony Brook. So this isn't even their regular first baseman who's an excellent defender, but all around the field. Paulson usually at first, Howe making that nice play at second. Gallagher leads the nation in defensive runs saved. Schaffner at short was the Summit League Defensive Player of the Year. It's an excellent defensive team, and that's part of, when we're talking about them being an Omaha contender, the pitching stands out right away. But the defense from guys like Schaffner, to me, is a separator, and the offense has just gotten better as the year goes on.
And pitching and defense, that's how you win championships. And in order, it's pitching, defense, base running, and the last is timely hitting. In this club, they can do all of them, but without question, in pitching and defense, if you got those two, you can afford to have off days and off weeks offensively.
2-2. DeCaro gets a swing and a miss, and the inning is over. 8 in a row set down by Jason DeCaro. He is on one tonight.
Yeah, he's absolutely dialed, and there's a reason why Coach Forbes left him as the Friday night starter. Well, Thursday tonight, and that's why.
I cannot help my fixation.
Doesn't get a lot bigger than this.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Who will emerge? We'll see.
Boy, we are getting so close to the ACC Baseball Championship. See it all here on the ACC Network. Duke and Carolina have combined to win 5 of the last 6 tournament championships. We'll be there.
Can't wait. This shit went by fast.
Man,
I can't believe it.
I was talking to Corey Muscara, the Duke coach, before the game. He was saying, yeah, it's exams week next week. And I was like, that's next week?
Wow.
The second baseman, Gavin Gallagher.
It's
Really?
here.
It's almost May. We are careening towards the end of the season. And the road to Omaha. Carolina will be on that road. Duke, at this point, probably needs to win the ACC Tournament Championship to have a chance to get in. For a team that has been struggling over their last 10 games, they are in this one tonight because of the performance of Aiden Weaver.
He settled in nicely. A little bit of a rough first inning. A big mound visit by Moose. And it reset him. The fastball command, it's been good. The slider, he's been landing it in the zone. The changeup, it's getting a ton of swing and miss. 1-0 ball game here in the middle innings.
Fouled away. Went to the slider 2-0. The count 2-1.
That's what's impressed me tonight about Aiden Weaver. When he's fallen behind the count, he just hasn't delivered free 95-mile-per-hour fastballs down the middle. He's landed his breaking stuff.
2-1 the count to Gallagher. The set and the 2-1 to third and foul. The count 2-2. Mentioned it before. Duke has dropped 9 of their last 10 coming into tonight. They won the first 2 games of the Louisville series. They got to 8-8, and they have really struggled since. And I was talking to Corey Muscara about it. I asked him a little bit, just like, how are you doing, right? And he said, yeah, he's all right. He's pretty loose. He's disappointed. The competitor in him wants to win. But he knows there's some good teaching moments in this for this team. That is part of what he is as a teacher in this. And one of the things that he said he learned from his team was that they went from being a team that is the self-proclaimed island of misfit toys, right? They're transfers from all over the country. They were assembled at the last minute, and they got off to this great start. And all of a sudden, after they won the Louisville series, as Weaver gets his ninth strikeout, they end up starting to believe, hey, listen, we could get to the postseason. Well, here's what's happened in the first 33 games.
Now batting the
See, the
center
offense was
fielder,
really
number
good. The
8,
pitching was okay. In the last 10, the ERA has doubled, and the offense averaging nearly 3 runs a game less. And I think it was they started putting a little bit too much pressure on themselves.
Yeah, you know, early on in the season, and you feel like you're the misfits, that gives you the personality to go out there and just play baseball. Hey, no one believes in us. And then you start to get hot, and people start to talk about you. You hear the noise, and you go, well, maybe there is a standard in which we're supposed to be playing, and you kind of get sidetracked. And I'm a big believer in Moose, and I love how he uses the analogies of life to the game of baseball and continue to keep the perspective. This is a fun group, and this is a program that's going to get better and better under Coach Muscara. He does a great job in recruiting. I know he's exciting about what's coming in here. But this is a fun bunch. They're athletic. They're fast. They steal a lot of bags. Sure, they need to clean up some defensive stuff. When you got Aiden Weaver on the mound, you can always believe.
Weaver's head of the count 0-2 out of Hull. It's interesting talking to Corey Muscara. He's such a fascinating personality. He's one of the most engaging guys you'll meet. He's the first one that wants to come over and talk and just shoot the breeze with you. He's a terrific guy. But he was talking about the different styles of coaches tonight, and I found this really interesting. He was talking about the difference between guys who are really process-oriented coaches that are basically beholden to their process, and then guys that are a little bit more eclectic and free spirits. And I think of him more as the latter, but he was saying that there are elements that he pulls, especially when it comes to game planning and scouting and recruiting, that are far more process driven. And it was interesting because, the best is always the blend, right? It's never stats or scouts. It should be both. And listening to him talk about that and where, like, his self-awareness of what his strengths are and what he wants to be was really interesting to hear. I have no doubts he's going to make this a great program.
For sure. It's just such a great perspective to have. It's his first year managing here at Duke and in the ACC, and he spent so much time here. And he's learned from a lot of great coaches. He was under Coach Tom Walter, one of the best coaches in the entire country. And what stood out to me, Mikey, is when he said, you don't work in a system, you work on a system, meaning you just take what you believe in, and then as you go, you add on to it, you put your own spice, you change some things, and you end up making it your own system, and I'm super impressed by
10 strikeouts for Weaver now as he punches out Hull with a second out in the fifth. He has been dynamite tonight.
He sure has. 10 strikeouts and a slow start, no problem. He answered the bell. He really got his fastball command back. He's landing the slider, the swing and miss changeup. It's there, a ton of action. He's a Friday night ace in the ACC, and you're seeing what it looks like when he's in the strike zone.
First pitch inside, and they count 1-0 to Macon Winslow. There is action to the Duke pen as Weaver gets close to 100 pitches. Marcello Mastriani getting loose.
100 pitches is his season high.
Changeup misses in, they count 2-0. Trying to finish the outing strong against his former catcher. Well, it's been a very impressive night for Weaver. Walked the first two hitters of the game and then was really settled in. 3-0 the count. And you can almost sense that he's feeling the finish line here, that he sees it coming.
Yeah, with the 100 pitches being his season high, and he's about to deliver 100 right now. No doubt he knows he's at the end of his outing.
3-0 to Winslow. Takes ball four, fourth walk of the night issued by Weaver. And it puts a runner aboard with 2 outs. And I had to think that they're going to start going batter to batter here as you see Mastriani.
Now batting the
Left-handed
first
hitting
baseman,
Howe
number
coming
12,
up.
Tyler Howe.
And it looks like they're going to stick with Weaver here. 1-0 North Carolina leads as they bat in the top of the fifth. Now checks and takes high, 1-0.
Howe 0 for 2 on the day against Weaver. Coach Muscara, he's letting him dig deep here, trusting his guy. See North Carolina tonight, 1 for 11 with runners on base.
They've had a lot of traffic the last couple of weeks, but have not cashed in all that many runners. That said, they still have won 4 of their last 6 conference games. They haven't lost back-to-back games since early March.
Just north of 200.
Swing and a miss. Slider was elevated, but you're right, it's acting more like a cutter with a lot of late movement.
Yeah, and that's the pitch he's gone to tonight. Anytime he's running any trouble, runs behind in the count. It's the slider that's really done a nice job of getting him back on track.
1-2 the count, the delivery. Swing and a miss! Weaver strikes out the side in the fifth. fired up as he walks off the mound. Aiden Weaver delivering tonight.
We told you it's big-time stuff. It's swing and miss stuff. And, yeah, you better believe it. Thursday night in the ACC. Tune in. He's delivered.
Tuesday afternoon through Friday afternoon, we'll have football previews of all 17 teams for the first 3 days and 5 on Friday, with each day starting at 2 Eastern. If it's football, we have it covered right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. It's 1-0 North Carolina as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Joined now by Duke head coach Corey Muscara. Aiden Weaver, after those first 2 batters of the game, really settled in. What did you see after your mound visit with the adjustment tonight?
He needed to get more aggressive through the catcher. He was a little tentative. We worked on some things on his delivery this week. He made a really good improvement on. He lost some extension on a lot of his pitches the last 2 outings. He was kind of steering stuff. He kind of lost momentum, and we worked a lot on that this week. Coach Fisher saw some things on video that were really helpful, so that was big, and we kind of got to work and made some adjustments. So I felt like he had good stuff. I felt like he was a little timid and he needed to be more aggressive through the catcher, and that was pretty much the adjustment he made.
Coach, 126 stolen bases on the year. When did you know that this team was going to be that kind of team with aggressive base running?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're just trying to find any way we can to compete and win, you know. So I don't know that it was ever like, hey, this is what our goal is. It was just try to find ways to win each game, you know, and we got to get some guys on base so we can run the bases. This guy's doing a pretty good job of commanding the strike zone and working, you know, all quadrants and spinning a good breaking ball. So we got to find a way to get on base so we can make him uncomfortable and get him in the stretch.
Moose, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
Corey Muscara, the head coach at Duke, joining us for a couple of moments here. His team trailing 1-0, and boy, it's been tough sledding for them to get on base because Jason DeCaro has more than matched Weaver pitch for pitch. Strikeout total's not as high, but he's been outstanding.
Yeah, efficient. He's only at 56 pitches. On the flip side, Aiden Weaver's already north of 100. He's just attacking a ton of strikes, trusting his fastball, working ahead, and he's showing exactly what he can be. Coach Forbes said it'd be nice if we get Jason DeCaro back to be able to go 6+ innings. Well, he's really well on his way tonight.
0-2 the count to Colin Anderson, the freshman. It's a little dribbler near the mound. DeCaro underhands to first for out number 2.
And when he gets ahead too, there's no waste pitches. They're quality pitches. They're pitches that these hitters have to make decisions on. And it's crazy to think, Mikey, we're sitting here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And North Carolina and Jason DeCaro, they've actually faced a minimum tonight. So it's efficient baseball. It's attack and trust your defense.
10 in a row set down by the junior right-hander. You're right, a 1-out single in the first. R.J. Hamilton erased on a caught stealing. A leadoff walk in the second. And Strand was erased on a double play. And since then, he's just been on cruise control. It's not overpowering stuff, but that fastball has been located so well at 92-93. And look, his next pitch will be his 60th of the night.
We live in an era of power pitching and throwers. This is a pitcher.
I know that Scott Forbes has talked about how much he's going to miss DeCaro. He also has said he is going to be a little bit like Zach Gallen and that his best days are in pro ball. Gallen was a good starter at UNC, but obviously has taken his game to another height in Major League Baseball. Former All-Star Game starter, and top 5 Cy Young candidate a couple of different times with the Diamondbacks.
He's only 20 years old. He's going to continue to grow, get bigger, faster, stronger. He's going to throw harder. He's only 20 years old, 3 years of experience in the ACC.
2-1 misses low, and he falls behind Marsh 3-1. Well, let's see if the veteran first baseman gets something to slug here. He certainly has the power to even this game.
It's your chance. You're taking a big hack here, something in your zone.
Well-located fastball. Missed his spot, but it was in a perfect location, and the count's full.
It was a well-located pitch right there. He gets the call because he's been in the strike zone tonight. A lot of strikes are being thrown. The borderline pitches, the pitchers get them.
The payoff. Inside ball 4, and that snaps the string of 10 in a row, retired by DeCaro. Second walk issued by the right-hander. And we'll bring up Michael DiMartini.
2 quick outs and a walk, never fails, drives the pitching coach and manager's crazy. Great at bat right there by Bobby Marsh.
The leadoff walk drives pitchers and managers crazy. 2-out walk drives them crazy. How do they feel about the 1-out walk?
Crazy.
Jobber to third, and it'll stay foul. Nicholson had to glove it so it didn't kick back into fair territory.
Yeah, always tricky on turf when that ball's foul. You got to go get it on a hop. Don't let it take any extra hops on this turf. It's spinny. It's off the end of the bat. It'll trickle back fair in a hurry.
DiMartini has massive raw power. That has not shown up consistently, but half a dozen home runs on the year for the Dayton transfer. DeCaro has only given up 5 homers on the year. The 0-1. In the air to right center field, on the move and making the catch is French, and the inning is over. 2-out Walker man left. We've played 5. Good pitchers duel tonight with Carolina leading 1-0. Tonight between number 2 North Carolina and their arch rival, the Duke Blue Devils, and the first of 3 here at Jack Coombs Field at Durham. Jason DeCaro, Aiden Weaver, both have been terrific tonight. North Carolina has had a few chances, but only an RBI single from Owen Hull in the 3rd. And played the only run as Duke into the bullpen. Marcello Mastriani is on. Takes over for Aiden Weaver, who was very good tonight.
Oh, Aiden Weaver was fantastic tonight, and Marcello, 4-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup, cutter. Cutter's the pitch he gets the most swing and miss on. It's a deceptive delivery, really tough on left-handed hitters. Important for righties to push him out over the plate. Lefties hunting balls close to him.
And for the 2% of the audience that is thinking this, no, he's never been in a Fellini film. You haven't seen Hayden half.
I don't know Luke Combs songs. I'm slow on Mike's jokes.
No, that's all right. I didn't expect anybody to. Sometimes you just say things for like the one person in the audience who's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." That's actually what I was thinking. And sometimes you got to play to the least likely person to understand anything. Cooper Nicholson fouls it away. It's 0-1. Carolina fresh off their series win last weekend against then number 2 Georgia Tech. Duke comes into tonight having lost 9 of 10. Basically playing at this point for seeding in the ACC tournament. The RPI is in the hundreds. They would take a pretty miraculous run, probably winning their last 3 conference series to get them over the hump. Although they're going to play an ACC game that doesn't count as an ACC game coming up. And Nicholson laces it foul.
They got UNC right at home.
Yeah, North Carolina and Duke will play next Sunday. It's exam week for both teams. Duke is a very difficult place to go to school, from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised that they even let me walk by the campus.
You said a few words, you know, today that
I had to
prove
show
to me you're so smart. You know?
No.
Win at Duke.
Nicholson hit by a pitch to start the 6th. I don't think it's trying to prove it. It's just I think they can pretty well tell that I'm a poser when it comes to vocabulary.
Oh my
Now
God.
batting the designated hitter, number 23.
These two will play a non-conference game. Now, in the eyes of the NCAA committee, these are always so fascinating. They count as a conference game. So, like Clemson and Wake Forest played a midweek game earlier this year that does not count for the conference standings. But in the eyes of the committee, they will have played a 31st conference game. So, even though Clemson is 6-12 in conference, the committee thinks they're 6-13. Yes, I don't think it makes any sense either. A little trouble getting it out of the glove for Mastriani, and Nicholson able to take advantage to get 90 feet on the fly out by Heineck.
That's a great base run right there by Nicholson. Deep fly ball. You always have to know the arms of all the outfielders. He's drifting back, doesn't work behind the baseball incredibly well. And I'd imagine this little bobble right here made it a for sure go. Once again, another runner in scoring position for North Carolina. These are the little things that they do inside of the game of baseball that don't really get shown. So it makes them so great.
Jaden Nunez bats. See Carolina's numbers with men in scoring position tonight. That has been a recent trend for them. Nunez has been on base by a hit by pitch, getting the start in the left field with Paulson out of the lineup.
Nunez has been good this year with runners in scoring position. Just 9 at bats, but 3 hits.
Bouncer back through the middle, and it'll get through. Nicholson rounds third. He's coming home. DeMartini's throw into second. It's 2-0 North Carolina. Jaden Nunez, the freshman, delivers.
You said it. He can hit, and that's a beautiful piece of hitting right there. Now make it 4 for 10 on the year with runners in scoring position. It's crossfire action. It has to start out over the plate. It does. Short, simple swing. A little short swing right back up the middle. 2-0 North Carolina.
And the number 9 hitter, Carter French, bats. Squares to bunt. Did he offer at it? No, on appeal, says Greg Charles at third.
You see the slider right there, left on left. That's the go-to pitch. Lefty's hitting just 148 against him this year.
Nunez has not attempted a stolen base this year. Carolina with 6 stolen bases tonight. 4 of them for their leadoff man, Schaffner. A strike. And the count 1-1. Now with the lefty, probably not see him run here.
Yeah, that's a lot tougher. If you're going to run against a left-handed pitcher, it's got to be on first move. And they haven't even seen his move yet.
The pitch. Outside. And the count 2-1 to French.
One thing they could do, up 2-0. Middle innings of the game, 2-1 count. Hit and run. You got a guy at the plate that can put the ball and play very well.
Two one inside, and the count 3-1. So French in the driver's seat, trying to create more traffic for the top of this North Carolina lineup. The lead 2-0. Nunez tacking on a run here in the 6th with an RBI base hit. Throw over and the runner back. Boy, Mastriani would not be a whole lot of fun to try and get timed up against because it is all arms and legs.
No, it's a tough one. It is. It's everywhere, especially left on left.
Called strike at the top of the zone and the count full.
Nasty right there. Little front door cutter. Look at all this motion right here. Where do you look? Ball comes out of nowhere.
It's kind of a lower slot, too. Yeah, lefties, this is not a fun at bat.
Anything low slot drove me nuts.
Runner goes. 3-2. Diving stop by Anderson, and he will throw out French. A fine play by the freshman for out number 2.
I love me some good defense, baby, especially from a second baseman. 3-2 count, the runner starts, shortstop has bag coverage. Second baseman, hold your ground. You got to have a great first step, and he does. That's a wonderful play right there, smooth, under control, and a big out for Duke.
Colin Anderson is going to be a star here at Duke. His at-bats are really good. He has played outstanding defense. He's a very, very impressive young player.
Yeah, and he's a freshman playing in the ACC. You cannot say enough about that experience, and looking forward to next year being in this environment and facing this kind of pitching. He's already had a bright year so far. Future's even brighter.
You see Schaffner's night. He scored the first Carolina run. He checks and did not go. The count 1-1.
You think about that arm slot too with the left-handed hitter. The ball almost has to start at you, or start behind you, even with that big sweeping slider. It's just a tough at bat. Lefties, your goal would be keep your front shoulder closed as long as you can. Can't try to pull them.
The 1-1. Outside, the count 2-1.
Come on, baby, I'm two. I'm two.
Schaffner ahead in the count here. Nunez from second of the pitch. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner. It's 2-2. Well, it looked like that one was never coming back to the edge and then just clipped the corner.
It makes it so tough. I mean, it starts right at him, and that's the pitch that ends up in the zone. An incredibly tough pitch to pull the trigger on. Great pitch.
Boy, from that angle, it looked like it had a lot of the plate, too. Runner goes. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Schaffner down on strikes, and the inning is over. North Carolina tacks on a run, but Mastriani gets out of the jam.
And an important jam right there by Mastriani. Well-located breaking ball off the plate.
Carolina leads here at Duke tonight 2-0, and Tuesday night you'll be able to see them on ACC Network as they take on the national runner-up from a year ago, the number 9 ranked Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They will visit Chapel Hill for a top 10 showdown, 7 p.m. Eastern time on ACC Network. Jason DeCaro has been dynamite tonight. Set down 10 in a row at one point, allowed just a first inning single. And he's got a 2-0 lead as he starts the 6th. First pitch foul back by Tyler Albright. It's 0-1. 8-9-1 due for Duke here in the 6th inning. They need to get a leadoff man aboard, it feels like.
Yeah, and DeCaro's just doing a great job. I mean, he hasn't made many mistakes tonight. He's extremely efficient, just at 67 pitches, 43 strikes to go with it.
He's ahead 0-2.
And if he's going to get that call right there, there's not much Duke hitters are going to be able to do with him tonight.
DeCaro has not thrown more than 14 pitches in a single inning. Here's the 0-2. On the ground to short. Schaffner there will throw to first, and Albright retired. Start the Duke 6th.
And just 5 strikeouts through 5 1/3 innings, and once again an 0-2 count. He's coming right at him. It's challenge pitches. He's trying to force contact, and it's a big reason he's been able to be so efficient tonight.
He's been ahead in the count with just about every hitter. I mean, it's well over 60% first pitch strikes at this point, too. Quagliano, the number 9 hitter, bats, and he swings and bounces it foul. The count 0-1.
I think R.J. Hamilton showed us early on in this game what the approach probably should be against DeCaro. It's a guy that's mixing 4 pitches. He's not making a ton of mistakes. The majority of his fastballs are on the outer edge of the plate. If you try to pull him, you're going to run into big trouble. Get up on the dish, look out over, try to shoot him the other way.
Misses outside. The count 1-1. The pitch missed low, and the count 2-1 now to Quagliano. All right, so let me ask you on that, because it's 4 pitches he's been throwing for strikes. It's not like he's throwing a ton of fastballs here. So are you making an adjustment as a hitter off the fastball?
Yeah, I think at all times, especially against starters and guys that have even mixes, you have to look for the fastball. It's the hardest pitch. It's the pitch that you have to make the quickest decision on, and from there you just have more time. Now, it sounds like I'm making that easy. It's not. It's incredibly hard, but you always work off the fastball until a guy tells you there you have a tendency for something else. You can always adjust off speed.
DeCaro waiting, and the 2-2 on its way. Missed inside with a breaking ball, and the count goes full. Now, this will be a big moment for Quagliano to reach base and turn things over to the top of the order and Lambden.
That's exactly what they need right here, and a great at-bat by the 9-hole hitter. Got to hunt the fastball out over the plate.
The payoff. A chopper towards the middle, and Gallagher will make the routine play to first, 2 outs.
And you just got to tip your cap, right? It's a 3-2 count. It's the 9-hole hitter. It's a guy that's thrown a ton of fastballs tonight. You know, he's up 2-0, so he's going to challenge. With the great ones, man, they can make their pitch. They can go to the breaking ball there. Not only is it a strike, it's well located. And that's what makes this guy an ace, man. He's going to pitch in this game for a long time.
2 outs for Jake Lambden. I was just looking and realized there has been 1 put out to the outfield the entirety of the game.
Ground balls.
Yeah, a lot of ground balls. 2 pop-ups and a soft liner to short as well. Michael DiMartini flying out to right to end the 5th. That's it. Lambden is 0 for 2, the leadoff man. Swings and misses, and a big breaker. It's 1-1.
And DeCaro's traditionally a guy that gets a lot of fly balls. I mean, that 4-seam fastball, he normally drives it up in the zone and uses the breaking ball and the changeup off of that fastball that's elevated. Maybe that was a big adjustment that he made. Hey, let's drive that fastball down in the zone.
Chopper to third, gloved there by Nicholson. He will fire across, and a 1-2-3-6 for Jason DeCaro. He's in control with North Carolina leading 2-0.
Love it.
Brother and sister, they playing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoying a beautiful night on the berm. Here on the first base side at Jack Coombs Field. You see the Carolina with a 2-0 lead as we head to the 7th. Mastriani back to work his 2nd inning for Duke. Gave up a run in the 6th. The real story tonight has been Jason DeCaro for UNC. The North Carolina ace, 6 shutout innings of 1-hit ball. Been in the game longer than Aiden Weaver, who punched out 11 tonight for Duke. But it has been all Carolina for most of this game. Not that there's been much offense, but they've taken advantage of the opportunities that they've had.
That's what they've done all year. It's been slow as of late with runners in scoring position and runners on. Just 2 for 10 tonight, but both times they've been able to drive a run across the plate.
Heart of the order due for Carolina here, starting with Gavin Gallagher. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Played a sparkling game defensively at second base. And now in the driver's seat ahead 2-0 on the lefty Mastriani. The pitch. Foul down the right field line and out of play. Here's the thing about runners in scoring position numbers. Can I soapbox for a second?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
There's very little about those numbers that are predictive, right? So because you've been bad with men in scoring position does not mean that you are going to continue to be bad. Water tends to seek its own level. If you're a good hitting team, you're going to get your numbers on the season are generally going to look like what they should. Yeah, and every year there are outliers, right? But for the most part, there's nothing about it that's predictive. What is interesting about this, I think, is if you have a team that you feel like is good offensively, if you're creating as many opportunities as North Carolina is, it means you're getting more chances, which means that when the dam breaks, look out.
Certainly. And more pressure pitches as well. I mean, not every pitch is the same.
Gallagher to left, and Albright coming in makes the head-high catch for out number 1.
Not every pitch is the same, you know. And pitching with no one on is not really stressful pitches. It's not the pitcher reeling back for anything extra. He's just looking at the glove and making his pitch. Now you got a guy in scoring position and you add it on throughout a game. Well, those are pressure pitches, and those tend to tax pitchers more. And this is an offense that is opportunistic. You don't look at the numbers when you come into a series and say, oh my God, this club is incredibly special offensively. But they do create a lot of traffic, and that's hard on pitchers.
And yet, in conference play, they're 3rd in the ACC in runs per game. I mean, that's the part I keep coming back to. For all the talk about how North Carolina's offense isn't that good. And listen, it's not as powerful as the one 2 years ago that went to Omaha. They don't have Vance Honeycutt. They don't have that kind of power in the lineup. There's no Casey Cook here. You know, what they do have, though, is a really good approach. And listen, Aiden Weaver was terrific tonight. He punched out 11. He went 5 innings. because they worked a ton of deep counts, and he was out of the game because he was at 103 pitches. And they're going to get into the underbelly of bullpens. Now, Carolina, if you do that to them, then you run into Caden Glover and you run into Walker McDuffie and Jackson Rose and Matty Mateus. And yeah, like, good luck. But for most teams, that's going to give you an opportunity against guys that you feel like offensively you can take advantage of.
Yeah, in the first game of a series, that's what you'll hear hitting coaches scream consistently. Hey, guys, let's find a way to get into their bullpen. It's a 3-game series. Well, you get into the bullpen early, especially in a tight game. Normally they go to one of their better arms. Well, you got 2 games left in the series. Hopefully you can tax those relievers enough where in the big-time situations in the following games, they're down that day. So it's definitely a big goal of this offense, and they do a great job of it.
Big pitch coming to Hall, and he takes ball 4 outside, and there's speed aboard for North Carolina with 1 out in the 7th. Hall with a stolen base tonight, 1 of the 6.
Now batting
42 bags a year ago.
Nathan
This is going to be a fun
Winslow.
one with Mastriani, the lefty, on the mound.
Yeah, and I think that Mastriani on the mound, he's a guy that's predetermined on his pickoff move to home. So if you are going to try to steal its first move, and you got to hope you guess right.
Making Winslow 0 for 2. First pitch inside. It's 1-0. Now Hall started to jump back towards the bag at first base in that first look, because Mastriani will use that high leg kick going over to first too.
And that's what they teach you. If you're not running, he lifts, you go ahead and start your momentum back to the bag. Your goal is just not to get picked.
Inside, 2-0 to Winslow. It's been a quiet night for the Duke transfer. A couple of strikeouts against Weaver and a walk. And now Corey Muscara is going to come out and pay a visit to the left-hander.
I like this mound visit right here too, not letting this inning get out of control. It's a 2-0 ball game, righty at the dish and making Winslow settle him down.
Muscara, the conversation here. Winslow is interesting against lefties. He has not been as good in his career as he is against right-handers.
Yeah, I was pretty similar to that in my playing career. I struggled against lefties. I think the game like really started to evolve in 2014-15, where lefties used to be everything was away, an occasional show of a fastball in. It was changeups away, big breaking balls, big curveballs, 12-6ers. And I feel like the game kind of flipped. You see a lot more cutters today, like Mastriani has. They come in a lot more. It's a lot more crossfire. And I think the goal with those guys is you have to try to pull them. Making Winslow, in my opinion, his strength is to the big part of the field, center, right center field. And these are guys with lefties today that you got to try to catch out front and pull.
Aiden O'Connell and Bennett LaPalme getting loose. Double-barreled action to the Duke pen. Instead of the 2-0, a toss to first. It's interesting that you say that's where your issues lay with left-handed pitching. I always wondered too if some of that is bat path driven, right? Like what a guy's swing is more conducive to.
Yeah, I think that bat path definitely plays a role. I think it's just more contact point than anything, right? You see the catchers, they set up in like that on a righty, and that's the one you want. He misses out over the plate, but they set up in on a righty, so the ball's really barreling in on your hands. If you try to shoot it the other way, well, you let the ball travel too far. Your hands got to get way past it. It's almost poking a hit, but against these guys, I think you move your contact point forward, catch them out front.
He swings and drives one deep down the left field line, but it's foul.
Kind of like that right there. And then here comes the changeup.
Well, that's what he's been susceptible to.
This is the thought right here. Crossfire gets it in there. You got to catch it out front. That's where the barrel is going to be playing. Just get some foul. But if you're a pitcher, you love that right there. Great. Foul. Home run. Pulled it. Change up away. It's a great pitch to go to right after.
What Sluggy has is been middle away against lefties. Generally, it's something down in the zone from a right-hander. Runner goes. Breaking ball high. Throw down to second. Not in time. 7th stolen base of the night for North Carolina. And the count is full.
It's just a great job right there. You know, the pitcher's barreling down on the hitter in a 2-2 count. Hey, let's go first move right here. No chance when you go first move and guess right. 3-2 count for Macon. Now you got a base open with the righty up.
called strike 3, and he knew it. Down on strikes for the third time tonight is Winslow, 2 outs.
That's just a great job right there on the mound by Mastriani. That's a breaking ball that starts way out over the plate, and that's a pitch right away you shut down on because everything's been barreling in on you. You got your lane set. It starts way outside of it. You shut down, big breaking ball, gets the take, and a strikeout looking.
And just had Winslow caught in between, and he has been most of the night. 2 outs for the freshman Howe. 2-0 North Carolina as they bat in the 7th. Big sweeping breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1.
And I think it's a flip with lefties. I think lefties should try to shoot it the other way.
That's something that Howe excels at. He's not afraid to use the off-field, especially against lefties. The 0-1. The freshman takes outside, the count 1-1. Mastriani trying to get Duke back into the dugout, down a pair here in the 7th. Give their offense a chance as they see DeCaro for a third time. The 1-1, 2-1.
UNC now just 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position tonight, but once again, pressure pitches.
I mean, it's 20 pitches an inning against this offense if you're lucky.
It's tough.
3-1.
And you feel like you got to make a perfect pitch.
Hull with good speed gets the lead from second.
Got a righty on deck here, and you got to attack.
The pitch, fouled away. Howe tried to stay inside that and sent it off the railing of the third base dugout.
Yeah, I think that's the approach. You got to be willing to get jammed against this pitcher. It's hard to pick up. Go ahead and think about catching him out front. He throws the cutter, breaking ball off you. You got no chance. When you're late, stay late. You got 2 strikes, gives you the best chance to cover everything.
The 3-2 in the air down the left field line. Long run for Albright. Slowing, makes the catch, crossing into foul ground. And Mastriani pitches around the 1-out walk. It's time to stretch in Durham. North Carolina leading Duke 2-0. (2-0) North Carolina. It's been all about the ace tonight, Jason DeCaro.
He's been absolutely locked in from pitch 1. He's located all of his pitches. Ton of first pitch strikes tonight. He's expanded the zone when he's needed to. 7 groundouts, 4 flyouts. He's working down in the zone. I think he's made a great adjustment, but this is going to be the biggest inning of the night here. Got 2, 3, 4 coming up. It's their 3rd time seeing him. Feels like the time for Duke is now.
R.J. Hamilton has the only Duke hit as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. I really should have said it. It's all about the ace, no trouble.
I see you.
Missed that.
Come on, Mike.
That was a fail.
You could at least give it to me.
Well, you're still looking for Luke Combs songs.
Yeah.
Inside, it's 1-1 to Hamilton.
Oh, man.
Biggest chance of the game for Duke. Heart of their order due against DeCaro a 3rd time. Hamilton, Smith, and Strand, 3 right-handed hitters. The 1-1. And the count 2-1 to Hamilton. Hamilton, as we mentioned, single in the first and then was caught stealing. It's the 3rd time he's been caught all year. Duke needs the bloop and the blast to get even. Chop foul, the count 2-2. DeCaro has mowed through this lineup tonight. And during the course of the season, he has absolutely dominated right-handed hitters. An opponent's OPS of 649. Now, lefties have been about 300 points better in OPS against him. There's only 1 left-handed hitter in the Duke lineup tonight. That the veteran Bobby Marsh. 2-2. Spins Hamilton off the plate, and the count is full.
Carroll's season high in pitches is 103. He's pitched into the 7th inning 1 time, complete game early on in the season. It's a big at bat here for Duke. 3-2 count. This is where he got the hit in his first at bat.
Payoff. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Hamilton can't believe it, and he's out number 1.
More DeCaro right there, baby. How about a front door breaking ball? He showed off everything tonight. Starts at him, bites back. Winslow, nice job working below it. And that's what the good ones do, man. They just find a way. They feel like they're in a hole. He remembers 3-2 count last at bat. It was a fastball he got a hit on. Drops the slider in, 6 strikeout.
Here's Caden Smith, who takes a strike. It's 0-1. Smith struck out looking in the first, swinging in the fourth. The 0-1. Foul back by Smith, and the count 0-2.
Healthy hack there. You got 2 strikes now. You got to try to force yourself to hit the ball the other way. You cannot try to pull him in this count. Slow the game down, let it travel. Duke needs base runners.
The 0-2. On the ground to third, backhanded by Nicholson. He will throw across, 2 outs.
And once again, another 0-2 count. Attack comes right at him. He's trying to go the distance in this game. No need for any extra pitches with the 2-0 lead. Another ground ball.
Matthew Strand.
Hasn't thrown more than 14 pitches in any inning. In complete control of this game as he faces Strand. Strand's around one of the 2 walks issued by DeCaro. He takes a strike, it's 0-1.
Once again, the glove side fastball. When you live in the zone, you get the borderline pitches.
Popped up, right field towards the line. Moving over and making the catch is French, and a 1-2-3 inning for DeCaro. He's set down 7 in a row. It's all Jason DeCaro tonight, with Carolina leading 2-0. Coming up this weekend on ACC Network, college baseball Saturday, Wake Forest at number 3 Georgia Tech, the top 2 scoring teams in conference play. And then Saturday and Sunday, huge games in Louisville. Both of those teams fighting for their postseason life with 3 weekends to go in conference play. Clemson and the Louisville Cardinals Saturday and Sunday. Clemson currently out in the latest D1 baseball projections. They're in that not next 4 out, but 4 to watch. You can see the RPI is really good. The other metrics are, but the big issue, 6-12 in league.
That's tough to overcome. But that 37 RPI, that helps a ton, and they got a Louisville team this weekend that seems to be reeling. Coach Bakich always finds a way to normally get it done with his boys. It's a tough crew. You got the back half of the season, and oftentimes, I mean, think about Louisville last year, right? They were a 10 seed, and everybody counted them out at about this point of the year last year, and they were the only ACC team to make it to Omaha, so there's a lot of baseball left to be played.
Dayton transfer Bennett LaPalme is on. Cooper Nicholson sees that one fly to the screen. It's 1-0.
Fastball, 89, 92, slider, changeup. Better against right-handed hitters because of that changeup. Just fastball slider to the lefties.
There is a marked difference between how North Carolina has done against left-handed pitching this year and right-handed pitching. That's, to me, that is the actual kryptonite with North Carolina, is that they have struggled more with lefties, which is interesting because it's a fair amount of right-handed hitters. Gallagher, Winslow, Nicholson, who's got some power. Heineck. 1-2. Boy, that fastball really took off.
Oh, man. I said 89, 92. First pitch was 93, and it really does jump out of his hand. Slow. It's a low slot. A little bit of upshoot. I'm telling you, Mike, I think that lefties today, they just create a lot of problems for righties because we used to always be taught, stay inside the baseball and hit it the other way. But even a fastball like this, you see, up to 94, everything's coming in on your hands. You got to try to pull the ball.
You didn't have guys with lower release regularly throwing that fastball at the top of the zone either.
No.
That's something that's come about in the last, more significantly, I would say, in the last 6 or 7 years. That one hammered foul. That was not a fastball. That's why Nicholson was all over it, but it was well foul, 1-2.
You can see once again it's those slots, and the best swings tonight against the lefties so far have been balls that are pulled. I think a big reason, Mikey, for those upshoot fastballs is the launch angle and letting your barrel fall below you and working uphill. It's big time trouble against those fastballs that jump out of their hands.
I think there's another part to it too, which is just in the 90s and in the 2000s, everybody got away from pitching at the top of the zone because of risk reward, right? Because it was in the major leagues, as Nicholson's down on strikes, round number 1, it was the steroid era, right? And so there were guys that were knocking the ball out of the ballpark more regularly. In college, it was the
Now
nitro
batting the
bat
designated hitter,
era,
number
where,
22,
can you imagine what your life would have been like if you'd played with a drop 5, you know, with a 32-inch bat that was like 12 ounces?
That would have been helpful for the small guy. I mean, I might have hit 5 homers instead of 4.
You might have hit 50. But I think that became, the bottom of the zone became very in vogue. And if you go back and watch baseball from the 70s and 80s, there are a lot more guys that work at the top of the strike zone. And that was something that I think Brent Strom deserves a lot of credit for changing that at the major league level, but it's trickled down to the minor leagues, and there are a lot of the more advanced pitching coaches who are Brent Strom disciples, former pitching coach with the Astros and the Diamondbacks Pirates.
Well, I mean, I think that pitchers are smarter than hitters overall. I mean, they game plan a lot more and they understand the swings. And, you know, you look back, like you were saying, Mikey, when they lived down in the zone. Well, that was the era of like Barry Bonds. And Barry Bonds, although he hit a ton of homers, he always used to talk about swinging down, knob to the ball. Well, when it's down and you're down, oftentimes it's a ground ball. You flip the script and you go up in the zone, and you got guys today that are trying to hit the ball in the air. I think that's like the natural. I think that's the most important flip. And, you know, I fell into that trap when I played. I played with Josh Donaldson, a guy that said hit it in the air. I love him to death, but I couldn't hit the fastball at the top of the zone at the end of my career because I tried to elevate.
Boy, perfect fastball there. Back-to-back strikeouts to the lefty to start the 8th. I mean, that was well executed.
Man, his numbers do not make any sense. This is a fastball that really jumps. He spins it.
Now
It's
batting
free and
the left
easy and
fielder, number 20.
excellent location at the top inner part of the zone.
Palms punched out the first 2 that he faces here in the 8th, and now we'll get the number 8 hitter, Jaden Nunez, an RBI single his last trip. Fastball strike, the count 0-1. I will say, I think the other thing is that there's a lot, you know, launch angle is something that happens regardless of, you know, whether you're trying to launch it or not. It's just it's a metric. That one bounced to first, and Marshall taking the bag himself. But trying to match plane becomes a lot tougher if you can work at the top and the bottom, which is what a lot of modern hitters are doing.
True.
Excellent inning from LaPalm, 2-0 UNC as we get to the bottom of the 8th. Tuesday night, 7 Eastern, number 9, Coastal Carolina, the reigning national runner-up, will be at the Bosch in Chapel Hill to take on the number 2 Tar Heels. A top 10 matchup coming up here on the ACC Network. Here's the current field of 64, top 16 host projections. There you see North Carolina at number 4, Coastal Carolina at 7. 2 other ACC teams in that mix, Georgia Tech, number 2. Florida State at number 9. I think there's a good chance that they'll end up being 4 hosts when all is said and done from the ACC. Chopper to third by Colin Anderson and thrown out. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 8th for Jason DeCaro, who just now is at 90 pitches on the evening.
Just more of the same. First pitch strikes. He's done it all night. Up at about 70%. Just
Now
attack.
batting
Hey,
the
trust your
first
defense.
baseman,
You got a
number
2-0 lead. Your stuff is sharp.
23 hitters face 16 first pitch strikes for DeCaro. He's walked 2. He's given up just a first inning single to R.J. Hamilton. Here's Bobby Marsh. The only left-handed hitter in the Duke lineup, rolls it foul. It's 0-1. He drew one of those 2 walks, that in his last trip in the 5th.
Normally, I'd say it's a good idea late in the game. He's at 91 pitches. Try to find a way to get him out. But he's attacking the strike zone. I agree with this game plan for Duke. You got to stay aggressive.
0-2. DeCaro has been in complete control Since a double play in the second inning, he has given up just one base runner. He has now set down 18 of the last 19 he's faced. Make it 19 of 20. Strikeout number 7 on the night. 2 outs.
He's got it all working. I mean, that is just absolutely gross. This curveball, he has not given up one hit all year on. This nasty 12-6 breaking ball, yeah, just right at his back foot. Nothing you can do about that right there. Great pitch, 7 strikeouts, like you said, Mikey. It's the best I've seen him look.
Michael DiMartini.
2 outs for DiMartini. First pitch outside, it's 1-0. DiMartini 0 for 2. Fouled away. Count 1-1.
That's a good-looking hack there. One of the few mistakes DeCarro's made. It's down 1-0. He's got a 2-0 lead. Just land your breaking ball.
It is only a 2-0 game. DiMartini rifles one down the left field line, a base hit. He'll take the big turn at first and hold on, and it'll bring the tying run to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Just the second hit allowed by DeCarro all night.
And a great piece of hitting right there by DiMartini. He went right back to it. Breaking ball, fouled it off. Healthy hack. Little slider there. Left it up in the zone. And DiMartini showing off that quick bat that he's got. You got 2 outs. You got to know you got to have a chance to make it, but a nice job out in left field, cutting that ball off, getting it in quickly.
We're going to get an offensive timeout here. Scott Loasso doing most of the talking, the third base coach, former Dayton head coach, former Franklin Pierce and Southern Nevada head coach. He was actually Corey Muscara's coach at a Division II school in New Hampshire.
He's done a great job. He really has, and he had a ton of success before he got here. Moose was telling us all about D2 stories and all the big leaguers, and it's a great get by Duke.
Tyler Albright has just 1 homer on the year, but there is more power there. And now Macon Winslow is going to head out to the mound very slowly. There is action in the bullpen for North Carolina. Their relief ace, Walker McDuffie, getting loose. The extremely durable and rubber-armed sophomore beginning to toss.
Electric stuff.
But DeCarro near 100 pitches. Do we think this is going to be it for him?
Feels like it might be. This seems like a delay, giving Walker a little chance to get ready. Probably going to walk back nice and slow, and then maybe a mound visit from the pitching coach, or Forbes.
Scott Forbes is heading down and going back up the steps, and that is going to be it for Jason DeCarro tonight, it would seem. Unless DeCarro can talk his way into staying in this one, and he was brilliant.
I think his mind's made up here.
DeCarro trying to tell him he's got this one. Scott Forbes has such respect for Jason DeCarro. He said he's going to miss him when he's gone. The junior right-hander having one of the best starts of his collegiate career, the ace of this North Carolina staff. And he's going to leave him in.
Wow.
DeCarro's going to get a chance to finish the 8th.
Wow.
It looked like he took the temperature of the entire infield, and they said, let him go.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Yes? All right, here we go.
2 outs, man at first. Tying run of the plate, last of the 8th is Tyler Albright. Albright 0 for 2. The senior left fielder waits. The first pitch takes a strike, and the breaking ball, it's 0-1.
Well located breaking ball, 2, dotted on the outer edge, down.
North Carolina 2, Duke nothing. The number 2 team in the nation trying to beat their arch rivals tonight. The 0-1. Checks and takes low. Good take from Albright, 1-1.
Excellent take right there.
DeCaro the sign. The 1-1. That one missed low, and it's 2-1 to Albright.
3 straight breaking balls. 5 straight. Dating back to DeMartini's at bat.
DeMartini gets the lead from first. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Best fastball of the night from DeCaro at 94, and it comes on pitch 100, 2-2. And now those North Carolina fans that have made their way across the triangle starting to get to their feet. 2-2 the count. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit into center field. DeMartini stops at second, and the tying runs are aboard for Duke in the 8th. Back-to-back base hits as Albright reaches. And we'll see if this is it now for DeCaro.
It's just an excellent piece of hitting right there. They were trying to go fastball away. It runs back in off the plate, but good hitters, they're willing to get jammed with 2 strikes. He does. Enough strength to get it through the middle.
And that is going to be it for Jason DeCaro. 7 2/3 shutout innings. He's responsible for the 2 men aboard as Scott Forbes is going to go and take the ball from his junior ace. A fine performance from Jason DeCaro the 2nd straight week. He has delivered when North Carolina has needed him. But now he'll turn things over to Walker McDuffie, and Duke with a chance. That's it for DeCaro. And a nice ovation from the Carolina Blue faithful here with North Carolina leading 2-0. Duffy, the relief ace for North Carolina, is on with the game on the bases here in the 8th inning.
He's a true fireman. 3-pitch mix, fastball, slider, changeup. A lot more soft and hard, but that fastball, he'll run it up into the mid-90s. Ton of swing and miss on the slider. Ton of swing and miss on the changeup. Nasty stuff. He's been great all year long for UNC. The biggest at-bat of the night for Duke.
First time Duke has had a man in scoring position all night. Tying runs are aboard for Colton Quagliano. Quagliano, 16 home runs over 3 seasons at the University of Illinois. None this year. First pitch, runner goes, the throw into left field. DeMartini will get up to score. Albright to third. It's a 2-1 game. A daring 2-out double steal has gotten Duke a run thanks to the throwing error from the former Blue Devil catcher Winslow.
No matter the situation, you're an aggressive team, great. It's hard to get guys in scoring position first time all night. Let's play our game. First pitch, you know he's going to the slider. It's his go-to pitch. He gets a great jump. They lull him to sleep. And a throwing error, 2-1 ball game.
Quagliano's knocked in just 8 runs all year. And he swings and hits a tampered foul. The count 1-1.
Once again, just so big, a guy on the mound that throws a lot of soft stuff. Now a guy at third base, 2 outs. Wild pitch, scores a run.
Albright with a modest lead down the line at third. The 1-1. Fouled at the plate again, and the count 1-2. Quagliano had a big 2-run single against Louisville when Duke won that series, working through the hole in the right side.
I think that's the approach against Walker. 3 straight sliders.
2-1 game last of the 8th. Tying run at third with 2 outs. The pitch. Called strike 3. 94 on the black, and the inning is over. Duke gets a run, but they leave the tying run at third. Thanks to Walker McDuffie.
Nasty. Back door. Dotted.
Tonight, North Carolina clinging to a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the ninth. Bennett LaPalme trying to give Duke a chance to walk it off at the bottom of the ninth. He'll face 9-1-2 in the North Carolina order, starting with Carter French, then to the top with Jake Schaffner and Gavin Gallagher. LaPalme, very impressive. A pair of strikeouts in the eighth for the Dayton transfer. First pitch from the lefty to the number 9 hitter French. Fastball high, it's 1-0.
All the momentum right now with Duke. Looking for a shutdown inning. Bats are hot. You got the top of the order up.
Carolina has had a fair amount of opportunities tonight. They punched out 11 times against Duke starter Aiden Weaver, but they had traffic in every inning except for the eighth. They have scored single runs in the third and the sixth. RBI singles from Owen Hall and Jaden Nunez, the freshman left fielder. Duke just got their lone run of the night thanks to a daring 2-out double steal and a throwing error on Macon Winslow, the catcher. And that's why it's a 1-run game as we start the ninth inning. Bouncer towards the middle. There's Lambden. The shortstop will sling to first and the leadoff man gone in the North Carolina ninth. And perhaps the biggest thing for Duke is that their best hitters are coming up in the bottom of the ninth.
Oh, yeah.
Lambden will lead things off, followed by R.J. Hamilton and Caden Smith.
Exactly who you want.
Duke comes into tonight having lost 9 out of 10. They've lost their last 5 ACC matchups. They are 8-13 in league. First pitch to Jake Schaffner, a strike. It's 0-1.
Duke had leads in the last 2 games, blew them in the middle innings. Chance. Give a little bit of back to UNC.
Schaffner, single walk, a run scored, and 4 stolen bases on the evening as he's behind 0-2.
That's a good arm.
LaPalme set. The 0-2 in the dirt. Maybe trying to make that one a little too perfect.
Yeah, 0-2 count, trying to expand the zone here. Throws a bad one. I'd imagine he's going to go right back to it. Started at him.
The 1-2. That was a better one, but Schaffner didn't offer 2-2.
Great take right there. You can go back to it again.
Or do you try and run the fastball in on him?
That's why hitting's hard. No idea.
Goes the fastball away, and now Schaffner's run the count full.
It's a great at bat here, down 0-2. Schaffner's done it all year long. More walks than strikeouts.
The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Blew 93 by him at the top of the zone, 2 outs.
Yeah, that's what that low arm slide will do for you. Drives it up in the zone, pops out, you see it. You think it looks great. Nope, no chance. In the glove by the time you decide to swing. Great pitch, 3rd strikeout of the night.
2 outs for Gavin Gallagher. 0 for 3 with a walk. 16 strikeouts for Duke pitching tonight. This is not a Carolina team that strikes out a lot. First pitch to Gallagher towards the middle. Diving stop, Lambden. To his feet, throws high, and Marsh can't come down on the bag. Good effort by Lambden, but the throw a little high, and Gallagher beats it out.
Man, you got a speedy base runner, and Gallagher, you know you got to catch it and just fire. Probably didn't have a great grip, but wow, what a play. Look at this first step. Bam, gloves it, pops up quickly. Just works underneath the baseball just a tick and an infield single. A great play by Lambden.
Boy, that throw is on the money. He gets him.
Yeah, that's a great play.
So man at first now with 2 outs for the left-handed hitting Owen Hall. An RBI single in 4 trips, and he punches that one through the left side. It's a base hit. Albright's going to have to slide over to cut it off. Gallagher's being waved around third, and the throw eludes the cutoff man. A huge 2-out run for Carolina, and they lead 3-1. Scott Forbes never hesitated in trying to get Gallagher to score from first. He sent him the whole way, and the third base coach and head coach of Carolina paid off that aggressiveness.
First and foremost, what a beautiful job of hitting right there. And when you got 2 outs, you're never afraid to make the last out at home. Gallagher, the whole way, he knew he's sending me. He's sending me. Yeah, they're sending you. And that play right there is something that we got to take a look at with the young freshman and Colin Anderson. It's a for sure double in the left center field gap. You want to be a double cut there, protect that high throw. Still would have had to play at home, but Carolina aggressive on the bases, timely hitting, 2-out hitting, and they deliver a big insurance run.
Yeah, the third baseman made it to the bag, not into the position where you would normally have a third baseman for a cut to the plate.
Yeah, so if you peek right here, you see the second baseman, young man, freshman. But you see the high throw, that ball's in the left center field gap. It's a for sure double, so right away from first base, doesn't matter where he's at. Guy on first base, the second baseman, you're a trailer. You start 5 to 6 feet, you gain ground when the throw happens. That throw's high, the second baseman's there, have a chance for the play at home, but a little bit of a sleeper there, and North Carolina takes advantage of it.
3-1 North Carolina for Winslow, who's 0 for 3 with a walk, and his key throwing error allowed Duke to get on the board. A 2-out opportunity for him. And he hits that one softly towards short, and Lambden will make the catch. And a little leap, and the inning is over. But Carolina gets a key insurance run. They are 3 outs away from a road victory, leading 3-1. Jake Lambden's going to get things started for Duke in the 9th with them trailing 3-1. Carolina just got a run back at the top of the inning. They're trying to set the table for that man, Caden Smith. They'll have to go through North Carolina's relief ace, Walker McDuffie, searching for his 4th save. Lambden, very good speed. Third baseman Nicholson playing in. First pitch, upstairs, 1-0. Lambden, R.J. Hamilton, Caden Smith, the scheduled hitters for Duke. 1-0. Lambden fouls it away, and the count 1-1. Got a hanger there.
A good hack right there on that breaking ball. And Duke, they got the top of the order up. You see what can happen with this offense when they're able to create traffic. Just 4 base runners tonight.
The 1-1. Swinging a looper down the left field line, hooking in the corner and going foul. Over near the old bullpens. They count 1-2 to Lambden.
Started him off with the fastball, then breaking ball. Saw at the end of last inning, it was breaking ball. Finished him with the fastball.
One and two the count to the leadoff man. Swing and a miss. Blew him away with a fastball, 1 out. Duffy's strung out both batters that he's faced.
Yeah, just reared back for a little bit of extra right there. Fastball up in the zone, probably caught looking off speed, but once again, fastball's up at your eyes. It's the best looking pitch out of the hand. Looks like a balloon, but no chance of getting on top of that one.
Duke has just 3 hits tonight. One of them belongs to R.J. Hamilton back in the first. 1 for 3, bouncer to third. Nicholson has it, fires across, 2 outs. And now North Carolina 1 out away from a hard-fought 3-1 victory over their arch-rival Duke, and they'll have to face Caden Smith, who's over 3 tonight.
Another quick out for the UNC pitching staff.
Caden Smith.
Smith, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out to short against Jason DeCaro. The starter for North Carolina was terrific tonight. 7 2/3 innings, allowing just an unearned run. 3-1 North Carolina. The 0-1 fouled away, and now North Carolina 1 strike away from victory in the opener of this series. McDuffie ready. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Winslow throws to first, and North Carolina comes on the road. They are now 10-1 away from the Bosch after they beat Duke tonight 3-1 in a very, very well-pitched ball game tonight. That man was the star, Jason DeCaro.
He was absolutely fantastic tonight. He set the tone. He's the ace of this club, and he sure did deliver. Went deep into this ball game, and Walker McDuffie, great job closing this thing out. It's going to be a good series, Mikey. I can't wait to see the end of this thing.
3-1 the final tonight. North Carolina takes the opener of this 3-game series here in Durham. Now, for Devin Travis and our entire crew here at Duke University, I'm Mike Farron saying thank you for joining us for ACC Baseball tonight. North Carolina wins the opener of this 3-game set. The number 2 Tar Heels victorious tonight 3-1. Thank you for joining us for ACC Baseball on ACC Network.